Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to Jurassic World Evolution. And as you can see, the update, although slightly delayed for PlayStation 4 users, has now finally gone live. It went live at 7 PM UK time, several hours after it had gone live already for PC and Xbox users. Apparently there was a slight graphical glitch that they discovered in final checks, which is why the update was actually slightly delayed going out today. I had hoped that this would go live a lot earlier in the day because I was really keen to jump straight on it, and of course, wouldn't you know it, we had a delay. But it is now live, and as you can see, new mode available, Challenge. The new Jurassic World Evolution Challenge mode is recommended for the most experienced park managers. You're tasked to develop Isla Nublar across a range of new difficulties. Increase your island rating to progress and unlock new content. Each star introduces new opportunities and struggles to contend with while you construct your own Jurassic World. Select New Challenge to begin, then aim to reach 5 stars in the quickest time possible. Each difficulty level has its own par time for you to beat. For the ultimate track challenge, try Jurassic difficulty. So here it is. Here you can see New Challenge. So let's just have a quick look at the patch notes and see everything that's been added in here. So the new challenge mode is set on Isla Nublar. The contracts are now randomly generated, so you no longer get to request contracts in challenges, and they are the difficulty of the contracts is guided by the island's current rating. Your disease selection is based on the availability of research for cures. So if you have all of the cures available to research and unlock, then all of the diseases will become, potential outbreaks on your island. If you've only, got 4 cures, then you should only contract 4 different diseases. That's what I read into that. A new feature that's been added in as well for the challenge is the Hammond Foundation fees. So these are an expense that is taken from your profits, and these continue to climb and get higher and higher and higher as your island progresses. They will always go up, but they will never come down. So your percentage that you pay out, your fees will get higher and higher and higher to the Hammond Foundation, and that's something you're going to have to contend with. There are also now contract cancellation penalties that have been improved and tweaked. So there's now much more of a penalty if you decline a contract. But, before it was just a case of turn the contract down, nothing happens. You just don't do the contract. Now you incur a penalty. Not quite sure what the penalties are yet. We'll have to kind of play about with that and see what happens. There's also a reputation decay that's been added in, and this is for challenge mode only. So whereas, if you don't do any contracts for a long time, your reputations will stay exactly as they are. Now, in challenge mode, if you do that, then you will continue to see a gradual decline in your rating with that particular, or with all of those factions, really. There will be a gradual decline. So you'll need to keep doing contracts to keep those reputations at a high level. If you leave them for ages, then they will drop lower and lower and lower, and you'll increase your risk of sabotage on your island. There is a new skin for completion for the first time, and for 5-star completion. So there are new skins available for various different things. I think there's a couple of dinosaur skins, maybe even some skins for some of the buildings, or things like the ACU team or the Rangers or something like that. We'll have to see exactly what skins there are. I know there's a new skin for, I think, the Indominus Rex for completing on Jurassic difficulty, I think it is. There are also personal best time completions, new lighting preset options. So now, if we go into challenge here, you can see here are some of the unlocks. So you can see we've got a Deinonychus jungle pattern unlocked at 5 stars on any difficulty, and the Indominus Rex coastal pattern unlocked at 5 stars on Jurassic difficulty. And you can see here, the options that you have to choose from. So you've got easy, medium, hard, and Jurassic. And you can see the requirements for the dinosaurs. The calamity frequency as to how often something that can go wrong will go wrong. How much the foundation fee is going to be in terms of its starting allowance. And also the par time is 12 hours on Jurassic. Hard is 8 hours, 4 hours for medium, 3 hours for easy. And obviously you get a fastest completion time bonus at the bottom as well there, as you can see. You get the chance to try and beat your fastest times. I have been told that the Jurassic setting is brutally hard, and it is designed to test the very best players. So yeah, I would struggle horrendously at Jurassic, I know that much for a fact. And I know quite a few of the dev players who have been playing this game a lot struggle with Jurassic. Even a couple of them who have their platinum trophies have struggled with Jurassic mode. It's very tough. So it's a real challenge. You know, it's designed as a definitive, I'm going to really try and kick you in the nuts kind of challenge. It's going to be brutal. So be prepared. Don't just jump in on Jurassic. Start on an easy or a medium. Get used to the way the new challenge mode works before you just jump straight in on Jurassic, or else you're going to fail. I think that's pretty much a given. What else do we also have? New research completion time scaling for difficulty levels. So I think that suggests research will be completed quicker on easier modes, longer. It takes longer on harder difficulty modes. Again, we'll have to try that out. New sandbox options have been added in. Dinosaurs dying of old age has been toggled. One of the complaints from the community was that the dinosaurs would die out very quickly. Even with lots and lots of genetic manipulation to improve their lifespan, they still die too quickly. So that's been toggled, and dinosaurs now live a lot longer than they used to. That's fantastic, because they're not cheap, especially when you start getting into the really big ones. You know, you can pay multiple millions per dinosaur, and for them to not live very long, that's, again, kind of a kick in the nuts. So it's great that that's been dealt with. New toggle for contracts being active does not affect reputation. Not quite sure what that one is. Can now set cash levels for Sandbox on low, medium, high, and unlimited. So if we go into continue for a second, this will load up our current island. And what we're going to do is we're going to transfer over to Isla Nublar, and we're going to take a look at some of the settings in there. There are new contract types as well, so having a dinosaur of a specified species beat another dinosaur of a specific species has become a contract. So, for example, having a T-Rex defeat a Triceratops, or the other way around, that now is available as a potential contract. So no more, it's not just have a dinosaur win 2 dinosaur combat victories, or assist in that. You know, now you've got have a specific type of dinosaur beat another specific type of dinosaur in combat, which sounds awesome.
And doing it well.
Let's just navigate our way over. In fact, actually, let's go into our options here, into settings. Let's take a look and see if we've got some of these new options in here. Now, it does look as though they are, reserved for
I wasn't sure about this one, but you delivered.
Isla Nublar. So let's make our way over to Isla Nublar. Let's have another look at some more of these updates as well. Difficulty settings can now be changed for dinosaur variety, dinosaur rating, guest count difficulty, and economic difficulty in terms of ticket prices and lawsuits. Those can all be toggled in sandbox mode as well now. There's a toggle if feeders need resupplying. And there is also an unlimited power type toggle as well. So, as before, on Isla Nublar, there was the ability to just play with completely unlimited money. Now you can play with unlimited power as well.
It's a defining moment in time. And for me, well, it's frozen. It's always frozen to that moment when I first made eye contact with a T-Rex.
I'd say we can't live in the past, but that's kind of what we do, isn't it? I guess if we can bring back extinct animals, why not bring back extinct parks?
So this is the Isla Nublar sandbox. Now, we unlocked this a little while ago. We haven't been here yet. But this is a completely sandbox island. So as you can see, we have an unlimited budget. We can access a variety of different gameplay settings now from the sandbox settings in the options menu. And some of these are brand new, which we're going to take a look at. And you can also use all your currently available assets on Isla Nublar. So if you want to use something you haven't unlocked, you can always go back to another island and you can play on those a bit more to unlock what it is you want, then go back to Isla Nublar, and then it should be available to you straight away. Those rules haven't necessarily changed, but what has changed is the sandbox settings. So you can see here now, You've got the dinosaur disease level. You have a chance of any, what level of disease you want, whether you want none or a high risk. Your weather level, you can now choose what type of weather you want. Time of day, this is a brand new one here, so you can now choose to play at dusk, which looks like this. So this is a light setting that we're used to seeing. We've seen this before. And if we have a look at night, this is a brand new setting, or at least one I've not seen yet. And this is the night setting. So you can actually have an island that is just permanently shrouded in night if you want to. Now these are not on a rotational sort of sequence, so it's not a full day-night cycle. It's just you choose what time of day and the island stays locked to that. Obviously you can then go in and change it at whatever point you want, but you do have the option of playing around with the light settings, which is kind of cool. I like that. It's just a shame it's only in Sandbox and not available for all islands at the moment. Dinosaur escapes, you've got the choice of no escapes, low, normal or high. Same with power, you've got no power outages, low, normal or high. Dinosaur lifespan, you can see this is now a toggle. So you can now have normal lifespan or completely unlimited lifespan. And as I said, they've already tweaked for the entire game the lifespan of a dinosaur, in the sense that they will live longer regardless of the sandbox setting in here. Dinosaurs on any island will now live longer than they used to, thanks to this update, which is great. Contracts, you can choose to have them on or off. Cash was originally just unlimited. Now the new toggle for this is you can have with 0 cash, low cash, medium cash or high cash, so you can kind of choose what you want to start with, which is, I think, really kind of cool. Dinosaur variety difficulty and rating difficulty, these have been toggled, so you can make these really hard or you can keep them nice and easy. You can have any of those 3 settings, easy, normal or hard. Guest count difficulty and economic difficulty, same again, you've got easy, normal or hard. Infinite feeders, you can turn these on or off, so now you can choose whether or not your feeders will need to be manually restocked or if they'll just automatically keep going ad infinitum, which is kind of cool, new feature. And the unlimited power, another new feature here. So again, you can choose whether or not you need to have power plants all around your island, which is great when you've got a small area and you really want to kind of not eat a load of that space up with power feeds. You can essentially have those built off island and piped in if you want to kind of play that into your narrative a little bit, but I like the fact that we have that option, so that's kind of cool. In terms of other updates that we have, we also have some resizing updates for 4 of the dinosaurs: the Spinosaurus, the Giganotosaurus, the Tyrannosaurus, and the Ceratosaurus. These have all been resized because they were a little bit off. And this actually involved quite a lot of work, because it's not just the dinosaurs themselves that needs to be reworked, but their interaction with every other type of dinosaur as well, because if they're in a combat, all those animations need to be reworked and retooled as well. So that's actually, even though there's only 4 dinosaurs, it's actually quite a lot of work goes into doing 4 dinosaurs. So the Spinosaurus has been made a little bit bigger. Giganotosaurus has been made quite a bit bigger. Tyrannosaurus has been downsized ever so slightly, and Ceratosaurus has been downsized a little bit because those 2 were a little bit too big. So they've been reworked. Carnivores will now hunt according to the food needs, except for hybrid dinosaurs who will still engage at every available possibility. So you will not need to you will not have dinosaurs constantly hunting now. Your carnivores will feed when they're hungry. That is a huge change. I'm really grateful for that. New dinosaur bio information has been added to the Genome library. I'm not sure what for. Let's see if we can see what information has been added in. I'm not entirely sure exactly what new information has been added in here. Maybe it's the feeder type, perhaps, I'm not sure. But we do have some new information here, unless it's talking about updating some of the stats for some of these dinosaurs that have perhaps been resized, like the Ceratosaurus. Maybe that's what's been changed. Animation tweaks have been made to tidy up issues from resizing various dinosaurs, as we discussed. Audio tweaks to match the resized dinosaurs. One thing I do know is that a lot of people were very disappointed with the Spinosaurus Raw. I haven't heard it yet because we haven't unlocked the Spinosaurus. We still haven't unlocked the T. Well, we've got the T-Rex, but we haven't bred one yet. So I haven't heard the Spinosaurus roar pre-update, but it's now been patched, and it now apparently sounds like the Spinosaurus from Jurassic Park 3, the movie. So that has pleased a lot of people. That was apparently something that a lot of people were asking for, and that has now been done. New localization has been changed as well, so there's now Italian and Korean language support for the game as well. New lighting settings unlocked for Korea Islands, which are unlocked at 5 stars. So apparently we can actually change the lighting on our other islands as well. Do we have a 5-star island? We do. We do have a 5-star island, Isla Matanceros. So, well, we nearly did. Did we get that up to 5 stars? I can't remember if we actually got this up to 5 stars. We'll have a jump in and have a look. And if we did, we'll be able to see if we can change a couple of those settings. New cameras have been added as well, and we will definitely be taking a look at a couple of these new cameras. So there's a new viewing camera added to the hotel, the viewing gallery, and the viewing platform exteriors as well. So you can now actually get into spectator mode, so to speak, and you can actually get inside your viewing galleries and actually have a look at the dinosaurs like that. That's something that I really like the sound of. Something I've wanted to see, right from day one. So we have another dead dino. Let's quickly get rid of that.
Head in to pick up the asset.
We need to see what is it that's stopping us from getting that 5-star rating, just out of interest. Not enough dinosaurs and not great welfare, so we just need a couple more dinosaurs. Let's add a couple in here quickly. What can we add? Let's add in a couple of Spinoceratops. Oh, and this is a new feature as well. Look, you can now cancel an incubation. This, so grateful for, because the number of times you've seen me go, oh damn it, I didn't want to create that dinosaur. Never mind. I guess we're stuck with it. Or we'll just sell it as soon as it's hatched. Now you can actually get a partial refund, which is cool. It's going to cost us. How much does it cost for a Spinoceratops? 241,000, and then if we cancel it, we're getting quite a bit. And I think that goes down depending on how much of the genome has already been created or how much of the dinosaurs have already been bred. So the quicker you cancel, the bigger the refund you get is. I like that. That is such a great addition. So pleased for that. We do still have another dead dino apparently, or is it still the one that's just being lifted off? It might be the one that's being lifted off. And these guys are a little bit smaller now. They do look, maybe, it's hard to say. Perhaps look a little bit smaller. Let's see if we can actually get into one of our viewing platforms and have a look at them now. So we can now show view. Look at that, you can actually pan around using the right stick. Is there a zoom feature? Oh, there is as well. R2 zooms in, L2 zooms out. That's awesome. I really like that. So glad that they added that feature. And we have some fossils apparently still that need working on. These must be from a previous dig that we sent out on a different island. So we'll quickly unlock these. Let's see what else has been added in as well. You can also ride the monorail in first person. There's a camera positioned at a height above the train that will go over stations. And you can now also ride the gyrosphere. So we'll check those out on our current island as soon as we get back to that. What else has been added in? An option to the gameplay settings to not force the camera to move closer to a building when it's selected. Not really had much of an issue with that, but I suppose actually I think it's that. I think that's what it's talking about. Let's see if we can toggle that. So that is going to be in, I'm guessing, gameplay, maybe? Ah, focus on selected building. If we toggle that off, if I now select the hotel, yeah, look, see, it doesn't zoom us in. So that's actually kind of cool. I like that. Because that was something that can get a bit frustrating sometimes when it keeps zooming you in and you have to zoom back out again straight away. And we can see our view from the hotel as well. So that's our viewing window, and unfortunately it's not great because our viewing window is looking out at the back of our park. And again, you've got zoom controls as well. So that's something to take into consideration as well when you build your hotel, is which way round to build it, because you want your viewing platform to now be able to see dinosaurs. So ideally, we would want this hotel flipped around 180 degrees, and we want the road coming off that side into the entrance so that the viewing window was over here, and they could potentially see into our carnivore pen over here.
This new contract was talents.
Alright, let's see if we get a penalty for declining this contract. No, so I think that must only be in challenge mode. Added functionality to reset all games in the gene splicer. Or all genes, sorry. So, we can create custom dinosaurs. Do we have any custom dinosaurs still? We do, so we should be able to modify the genome and just reset. Here we go. Looks like triangle. We can reset the gene, and it applies the null gene to every DNA gap. So this will basically set it back to 0. So no longer, if you've gone around and created custom genomes, do you have to go in and undo every genome change that you've done. You can now just do it in one quick go, just like that. And if we back out, you can see our Struthiomimus is now a standard 100% normal genome. Our Triceratops still modified. Again, if we wanted to undo that before, what we would have to do is go in and modify the genome. And we would have to find all of those changes that we've made and apply the null gene across each of those different characteristics. Find all of them and set every single one of them to null gene. Now we can do it with a single press of a button. That is a big, big improvement. So I'm very, very pleased that that's made it in there. Let's get these dinosaurs unlocked. Added shortcut to research items from the upgrade and build menus. Okay. Let's have a look at that. I'm not seeing straight away where that is. Oh, I've not looked at these before. This is kind of cool. I've never looked at this view before. This is really cool. And you can see how much of a view our hotel puts out as well now. As well as seeing obviously the views of our platforms. You can see the coverage that we have in each pen. We've done really well with our pen coverage, as you can see, to make sure that a lot of them are deliberately well covered. This is the only one that's got a big gap, and that's at the back, and I'm fine with that. But that's pretty awesome. Added support to cancel a research project. Okay, let's see if we can cancel research. Let's go back in. We do have research underway. Yeah, see, you can cancel and you'll get a partial refund again. And again, I'm guessing the cost of, or the amount of refund. Oh no, it's just a 50% refund. Okay. I wasn't sure whether or not we would actually get a refund based on how much research had been done. It's just a 50% research cancellation by the look of it. Added option to cancel an incubation. We've just seen that in action. So pleased with that. Added some new achievements as well. So there are new trophies as well. There's a trophy for 5 stars on Jurassic difficulty challenge mode. 5 stars in challenge mode for the first time on any difficulty. And finish challenge mode in under 3 hours on medium difficulty or above. So 3 new trophies have been added to the trophy list. Like that. In terms of some other general tweaks and fixes, there are quite a lot of them. Let's quickly just move over to another island. Let's head back to our current island so we can ride. In fact, let's go to Isla Muerta. This one's got quite a long monorail, so we'll ride the monorail on this island here. And then we'll go to Isla Muerta, sorry, Isla Tacaño, and we'll ride the gyrospheres and try those out in first person. So new tweaks. Fixed guests not being able to walk in and out of the hotel. Not experienced that one, but if it's a problem and they fixed it, fantastic. Fixed damaged concrete walls, creating a seam. Haven't seen the concrete walls yet. We haven't unlocked those, but I know that they are in the game. Fixed dirt around pillars, preventing monorail tracks from being deleted. Haven't come across that bug yet, but they fixed it, so I'm probably never going to come across that bug. At least that's the plan. Right, where is our monorail? Where's our train? Must be at this station over here, perhaps. Yeah, there it is. So we're going to show view. We're going to ride the monorail. How cool is this? Let's see what else they've done. Stop dinosaurs from walking through large planters. Always a good thing. Added dinosaur visibility to hotels. So dinosaurs, dinosaur visibility can now be gained through the hotel viewpoints that we've already looked at, which is another good little tweak. Added guest interaction points to hotels. Prevented satisfaction and capacity spikes when closing a park. Added audio feedback for a power station going online or offline. Oh, that should be cool. We might have to try that out at some point. Added an option to disable the camera focusing on the selected building. Again, we've had a look at that and tried that. Really like that. In terms of camera tweaks, tidied up cameras to reduce intersection during movement. Camera fixes for looking at dinosaurs eating from feeders. Contracts that have been tweaked. Tidied up, fixed hidden contract notifications. Don't allow sabotage types if there aren't any applicable targets. Prevent multiple division picker notifications from being queued if you spam the A button fast enough on the request contract. Hadn't come across that, hadn't tried to break the contract system. Apparently some people did, and they've now fixed that. Scale cash rewards for all contracts with parameterized genomes proportional to the cost of incubating a dinosaur, with a cost at the current genome completion level. And also scaled cash rewards for building construction contracts by the cost of the building requested. So now, instead of getting a contract that might cost you a fortune to build and get a relatively small payout, you should scale that a bit better. So if you have to spend a lot of money, you should make a lot of money at the other end as well, or at least recoup a lot more money than you used to. Added more intro and outro voiceovers. Swapped some voiceover lines to make sure that they are assigned to the correct division as well. And in terms of the dinosaurs, there's a big list of things that have been updated for the dinosaurs themselves. Quality pass on dinosaur animations to tackle alignment, popping and positioning issues. So sometimes you see dinosaurs that don't line up properly when they're in a fight, or they jump on something and they miss what they're actually jumping on, and then all of a sudden they're back on top of. Yeah, sometimes some of the animations are a bit off. They've tried to work quite hard to fix those issues. Quality paths for dinosaur audio to address some mistimings and missing sounds. Good stuff to see there. Fixed dinosaurs getting stuck panicking after fleeing. That is going to be a big improvement. Made dinosaurs reduce breaking out after comfort is returned to satisfaction. So we've found that some dinosaurs have tried to break out repeatedly, even when we dump them back in. We haven't had the chance to do anything. And we've got a broken fence down there. I've just noticed that. Let's
Hello, new contract
let's
time.
fix that. We don't want a broken fence.
En route to repair.
And we need to. So let's.
Adding task.
It's been a while since we've been
task.
here. Oh wow, they're all out. Look, and we've got another breakout over here. Or damaged fence.
Request received. Responding to repair. Task received.
Just checking to see the raptors are actually in here now. Yes, they are. So normally what we would have seen with this raptor is he would just jump and kill that goat instantly. Now, he's not feeding on it because he's not hungry. He's a little low on his food, but he's not hungry, so he's not jumping all over that goat and chewing it to pieces. Dinosaurs will now only go hunting when they're hungry. So you can see this one's just on a roam. He's going to have a little interaction, perhaps. Little chit-chat with his buddy. Yep. Got a little team meeting going on here. Dinosaurs talking amongst each other. What else has been fixed for the dinosaurs? Trigger territorial fights. This is like a taunt rather than an actual fight. When at the max social level, not when you've crossed it. So now you'll actually get dinosaurs squaring up against each other in a sort of a show of strength. Rather than actually getting out there and scrapping and killing each other, they'll get into a fight with each other, like a territorial fight, and they'll posture against each other. And it's just a warning, basically, that you're at the maximum population level. You go any higher than that, you're gonna have deaths or breakouts. So that's a really nice little addition there. Can't wait to actually see that happening. Dinosaur comfort calculation improvements. We can now do a check on all nearby dinosaurs at once. This stops the update interval being so variable. Maximum radius of the comfort check has been increased slightly. You can now prioritize updating selected dinosaurs' comfort every second. And now they also don't stop the fill flood check based on Manhattan distance, but area. So we see further in one direction if we're right up against the fence in the other direction. That, to me, I don't really understand that, because that's at their end, but it's something that they've put in the patch notes. Doubled the range of lifespan for all dinosaurs. Every point of lifespan is now twice as effective. So again, your dinosaurs will live twice as long as they used to across the whole range. So a dinosaur that had, say, a 60% genome would have not lasted particularly long at all. They will now live twice as long, but still in that sort of double what it used to live. And a dinosaur at 100% will obviously live a lot longer than a 60% dino, and that is also now doubled. So all the way through that kind of range, from 50% all the way up to 100, they've all been doubled. So your dinosaurs will live, regardless of their genome length, will all now live twice as long as they would have done previously. So pleased for that. Fed up of dinosaurs dying off so frequently. Prevented comfort levels from dropping during hatchery release if the exit is blocked. Didn't know that was a problem, but apparently it was. That's now been fixed. Dinosaurs now satisfy their hunger or their hunt need different amounts when eating humans compared to other food sources. Okay, so we might have to let some raptors out and see how that satisfies their hunt reference. Could be interesting. Dinosaurs are fixed drinking now. They're fixed for drinking but not replenishing their needs. Apparently that was an issue. Spinosaurus hatchery exit roar now favours the most common JP3 variant. Once a dinosaur is marked for death, i.e. during the finishing moves of a hunt or a fight, doesn't allow medicine to increase its health anymore. You know, we had that, actually. If you remember, we had that raptor that was fighting Dilophosaur, and we got in there a little bit too late, and the dinosaur was in that final animation, and the health started going back up, and then it died. That now won't happen. So if we're too late and that animation starts, the health won't go up. It won't go back up. It'll just stay at whatever it is, and then it'll die. So we won't see that anymore. That's a tweak. That's a fix. Lowered Indoraptor defense a little so it can take damage from defender dinosaurs like Triceratops. Corrected, I don't know how to pronounce this one. Pachycephalosaurus. Those images have been fixed in the InGen database. Fix for hatchery intro music, not playing when you release a second dinosaur, but still get the cutscene while the first dinosaur music is finishing. So if you do rapid releasing of dinosaurs, that caused a problem. That's now been fixed. Prevented the user from selecting a point underneath the monorail tracks as a dinosaur transport location. That kind of makes sense.
Dinosaurs can become potentially dangerous dinosaurs. You are upping the risk factor in the facilities.
We have hookworm on one of our dinos. Let's
Setting
deal
additional
with
tasks.
that, and let's deal with
Understood.
getting these feeders up and running as well.
Acknowledged. Confirmed. En route to feeder.
No more broken bits. No, just some lowish feeders.
No
We'll top
problem.
those up. Where's the other one? There it is.
Confirmed.
What else is new? Let's say there's a whole list of things for the dinosaurs. Fixed injury decals not working for some dinosaurs. Reduced the times that you hear Claire or Owen talk about dinosaur needs and made the triggers more appropriate. Thank goodness, because, you know, they kind of got on my nerves a little bit. Added correct music to the Velociraptor hatchery exits. Ooh, they've changed it. I think we should hatch a raptor and hear what the changes are. Where are my raptors? There they are. Let's hatch a raptor and see what happens. He's got hookworm. Team's on the way to fix him. What else has been fixed? Prevent the users selecting a point underneath. Oh, we've seen that one. That's the monorail thing. Reduced fence attack strength for ornithomimids and hadrosaurs. So I don't know if that's increased their attack strength or lowered it, but it's tweaked it basically. I think reduced fence attack, so they shouldn't be able to break out so easily because they're not massive dinosaurs. They're not particularly strong dinosaurs. So yeah, their strength of attack against fences has been reduced. However, Pachycephalosaurids have been increased in their fence attack because they've got that big bony head plate, which makes them like battering rams. So their fence attack strength has been increased, so they'll break out quicker. They also have let's see, what else? I'm looking at the wrong thing. In a non-lethal fight, the winner taunts as the loser flees. That's kind of cool. So you get one dinosaur sort of giving it large while the other one runs with its tail between its legs. I like that. That should be kind of cool to see when that happens. Increased time interval between dinosaur fights, so they're not constantly fighting all the time. You see the raptors there just looking over our jeep a little bit. Reduced the minimum grazing distance so dinosaurs don't get stuck in this when they should be attending more important needs. Added voiceovers for when there are no more diseased dinosaurs left in your park. Increased the likelihood of guests being trampled by carnivores. Increased the volume of dinosaurs present in the park, especially at higher elevation. Increased frequency and audibility of distant sauropod calls. Fixed dinosaurs thinking they can't reach anything on the first few frames after loading. Dinosaur description pass to improve bio-accuracy. Fixed for dinosaur fight music extending far beyond watching the dinosaurs fight. So that's now been fixed and that shouldn't happen anymore. Fixed cosmetic genes not being immediately usable after research is complete. There are other tweaks that have been made as well. There's a whole load of tweaks. Massive list of things to go through here. Stops guests teleporting into enclosures when there aren't any breaches. Now that is a problem I've experienced and it's annoying, and I'm hoping that they'll fix that. Doesn't show guests using a building if they're not actually using it. Again, I've seen that happen. It's always been a bit weird. I'm glad they fixed that. For management, fixed artificial facility rating spikes that can occur after reopening a closed park. Missions. Cancelling a mission from another island no longer leaves dinosaurs tagged and stuck in a mission state. Oh, here we go. A raptor is ready to release. Let's hear this new music. I don't hear any music. I didn't hear any music at all there. I want to reread that one now, make sure I got it right. Yeah, added correct music to Velociraptor hatchery exits. Weird, we didn't hear any music at all there. Where did we get to? Missions. If reputation goes down, causing a mission to become unavailable, represent this correct in the division reward UI. When we cancel a story mission, make sure we purge all the voiceovers associated with it. Fixed incorrect objective icon for entertainment mission on Isla Sauna. In terms of photo mode, reduce the minimum distance the dinosaur head needs to be from the camera to count as a good photo. Added better messaging if the dinosaur's head is off-screen or too close to the camera. Used 3 points of reference for judging if a dinosaur is visible to reduce observing no dinosaurs visible if they are too close. Extended photo distances for all dinosaurs so that they're more likely to count as in shot. That's kind of cool. So you should hopefully be able to get better photos with the Ranger team now. In terms of Sandbox, some more tweaks here. Fixed triggering of rain and storms in Sandbox. Fixed the management finances button showing making a profit, etc. in Sandbox when cash is unlimited. That kind of makes sense. Fixed the moon appearing during daytime or dusk after switching from nighttime lighting. Disabled some incomplete contracts in Sandbox mode. For example, complete an expedition which can't be done in a Sandbox. Fixed fossils, research and expedition icons showing on. Fixed cache always appearing unlimited for Nublar Island, or for Nublar in Island Management View. So a few little useful UI tricks, fixes there. Vehicles prevent an ACU helicopter sometimes coasting into hills or buildings if the player relinquishes control just before an impact. Fixed 2 transport helicopters both trying to avoid each other and floating up to heaven. I've never seen that one, but apparently it's a problem. Made player-driven cars reserve the space underneath them when still moving or moving slowly. Ranger AI driving improvements. Let's face it, they need it because they were terrible. When selecting a vehicle task, don't show repair icons over upgrades if the building it belongs to is already queued for repair. That's good. Because I've seen that a number of times. You get, like on a power plant, for example. Where is one of our power plants? As an example. Over here. So, if we have a damaged power plant, you'll see the building will need repair, and you'll also see the upgrades here will need repair as well. Now you don't see that as 3 separate things that need fixing, it'll just be one thing. So that's good. That's the way it should be. What else has been fixed? When selecting a vehicle task, don't show power icons. Yeah, we've just done that one. Increase maximum number of transport helis from 3 to 5. So you can now have up to 5 transport helicopters on screen. That's kind of cool. Improve the third-person camera behavior slightly when the driven gyrosphere clips into a dinosaur's head. I haven't noticed that as an issue, but I'm sure it is. Increased range at which vehicles are audible in the park and made their audio more responsive to user input. Really notice a problem with that, but if they've fixed it and it's better, then that's cool. Show a confirmation prompt when adding a new ranger team to avoid the player accidentally spending 50 grand on a new team. Particularly useful in challenge mode as ranger teams are more expensive there. Fix the gyrospheres sometimes getting stuck in stations as well. So quite a few vehicle fixes there. We still have a fair few things to look at as well, but we'll look at those while we're back on Isla Tacaño, because I want to ride those gyrospheres. So there are a whole load of user interface upgrades as well. Those, I could go through all of those, but a lot of those apply mainly to the PC, so we won't really go through too many of those. There are some other fixes as well. Increased likelihood of world music triggering. Fixed game music playing over the credits music if both are active when the end credits are triggered. Fixed an issue that could muffle all audio until green to assist players set the safe frame on PS4. Shadow render improvements for PS4 Pro and Xbox One X. So if you have an upgraded console, you should now get some better tweaks and performances, more akin to what you would expect from an upgraded console. That's good. Right, where is our gyrosphere? I want to ride the gyrospheres. So you can look up and you can look left and right a little bit, but not too much. And you can see arms being pointed as well as people look at the dinosaurs. No zoom in or out on the gyrosphere, but that's kind of cool. I like that. Billboard trees are now more accurate in colour and brightness. Performance improvements for the lowest quality settings. Increased the dead zone on the analog stick camera controls to address issues with drifting camera on PS4. General increase in game volume, loudness, and mix improvement pass. Greatly increased the distance threshold of hunt music triggering when you're in a vehicle and the dinosaur is terrorizing. Now autosave when reputation changes because of a contract being completed. Fixed an error when loading a challenge save file when offered a contract in it. And there are some stability fixes in there as well, which would previously cause some kind of issues. Again, a lot of those more kind of PC based than console based. I haven't personally experienced a game crash, but I know that PC did have a few. Those have been dealt with as well. So yeah, I kind of like this ability to get inside our vehicles here and actually have a browse around like this. And certainly with these new camera modes, it is going to make me think twice about where I build my hotels, the direction that they're pointing when I build them, and my monorails as well. It's great that we'll actually be able to get in those and see them. And there we go, that's our gyrospheres, our hamster balls. Where is our monorail? Over here. It looks like we are... Yeah, we're at the centre station at the moment. So there we go. That is a list of everything that has been improved and fixed. Some of those changes we've been able to see straight away. Others we're going to have to wait a little bit longer till we see as well. But yeah, I love the fact that we have this great new free update. Oh, and we're going out to our new dippy zone over here. I wonder if we can actually see any dippies. See a lot of people walking underneath the path, which is kind of cool. So glad I went for the wider footpaths on this island as well, because we were definitely going to struggle with the narrow footpaths. Can we see? Yeah, we can see some dippies. That's kind of cool. What do we actually have waiting in here? Parasaurolophus. Why is that waiting? I think we needed to release that one anyway. But we have something waiting over here. What do we have waiting over here? Oh, another dippy. Okay, let's get another dippy out there. And again, you can see our hotel just overlaps into the park. So it's a possibility.
Ladies and gentlemen,
might actually be able to see
to welcome a
dippies.
Parasaurolophus to the park.
Not really. Not when you're actually in the view, but there's a chance that people on the hotel might just be able to see a dippy. Although, as I say, given where the hotel's positioned, it's highly unlikely. Again, what I would do is I would rotate that 90 degrees and have that, just for the visual aesthetic, have the viewing platform here overlooking the park that way, rather than sort of out to the side where most of the view is going to be looking at nothing but trees and power plants. We haven't tried out one of these yet either.
We are pleased to welcome a Diplodocus to the park.
Cool. We have a goat in here. Oh, of course, because we put a T-Rex, not T-Rex, sorry, a raptor feeding pen in here, didn't we? So we've got a couple of goats wandering around inside here. Oh, I'd forgotten all about, but yeah, I love the fact that we can now get inside our viewing platforms. That is awesome. Absolutely awesome. And hopefully will make for us getting some better screenshots as well. Right, so there we go. That is a sort of an overview of everything that's happened with patch 1.4. It took a while to get here, and then we had to wait a little bit longer, a few more hours over everybody else. But it is now live. It is free. Download it, update it. It's going to massively improve your game and give you a whole new way to play with that challenge mode as well. So if you are playing the challenge mode, do let me know how you get on in the comments, because I'm genuinely curious to see just how hard it can be on, say, Jurassic difficulty. It's going to be a little while before I try that, but I will probably have a quick run over the weekend at one of the lower level challenges and see how well I do. Yeah, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with another episode of Jurassic World Evolution very soon.